All right. So you guys have probably seen by now my Michigan versus Oregon State recap and my preview, or I think it was actually another recap of Michigan versus Utah. So this here is going to be the very first one I've done this year. I used to do a blog over on WordPress, and people always appreciated my thoughts before a game. And so I'm carrying it over to YouTube because I think that every now and then I like to go back and look at it and see if I was right about certain things. And I think other people like to hear another fan's perspective on it. I like to think that I keep things pretty level headed. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that. You might disagree with me. You might agree with me. And, either one is cool. Just let me know in the comments below, whether it's in the Michigan headquarters group on Facebook or if it's on my YouTube videos. So with that, I'll be honest. I don't know a whole lot about UNLV. I think they got one receiver who's pretty good. I think his name's Boyd. But beyond that, I don't know a whole lot about them. I know they lost to UCLA last week. Really bad. I think they only scored 7 points. And the week before that was Northern Illinois. So they're not a good team by any stretch of the imagination. And Michigan's favored by over 20 points. So I don't expect anything. Yeah, I don't expect to fight. Okay. Now, does that mean Michigan's going to come out from series 1 through the full game and just blow them out? I don't know. Look how they started last week, and that defense looked terrible the first drive. Absolutely dreadful. And the rest of that game, they looked fantastic. So it's hard to say. Now, we are playing one of the worst offenses in all of college football. And I mean that. They, I think, are probably one of the worst teams. Their offense is terrible. Their defense is bad. They can't run the ball. They can't pass the ball. They have one guy who can be a playmaker on offense, and that's that receiver I was talking about. Their defense, I don't think, is anything to shake a stick at. I mean, they're not any good. So really what Michigan should do and what they're going to do are two different things. I think Davion Smith will have a huge day as long as he gets his, 20 carries, 15, 20 carries. That guy should break 100 yards, no problem against UNLV. Because UNLV doesn't look like they have any heart. Their defense is better than their offense, I think, but when your offense can't get first downs and can't score, you're going to put your defense on the field a lot. And anytime you have your defense on the field a lot, you're going to give up a lot of points. It doesn't matter how good they are. We've seen this at Michigan, the last few years. Our defense last year was really good. Our offense couldn't stay on the field for more than, a couple plays, more than a handful of plays, and so our defense got tired, started giving stuff up, and that's happened for a few years. So we're used to seeing that. Well, now we're going to be able to do that to another team, especially since Harbaugh wants to pound the ball. He showed that when he was, on the goal line the other day, and he pounded it in. So I think they're, going to do the same thing in this game. Jake Butt, 9 catches. I'm just going to say I bet you he'll get 9 catches this week. Maybe less, depending on how bad they're winning at halftime, third quarter. Don't be surprised if we see not Shane Morris, but Wilton Spate in there, because I know Harbaugh wants to keep Shane Morris in hopes of a redshirt year so that he'll still have Shane Morris for 2 more years. But yeah, don't be surprised if you see Spate in there. Maybe you see another kid in there or something. But I think we have 7 guys that we suit up for games at quarterback, which is a lot. I don't know why you need 7 guys, but hey. But yeah, so Wilton Spate might get some reps late in the game. I think all of our running backs will get a chance to shine. And I think Michigan might try to take some shots downfield. So look for that. I think they're gonna test these corners here, especially when the guys start to get tired on that other team. I don't think we're going to see Jabril Peppers in the first half. I think if we get to see him on offense, I'm talking about on offense. If we get to see him on offense, it might be later in the game, maybe mid third quarter, just to get him in there on offense to get him comfortable. But I don't think you're going to see a lot there. I think Michigan, while they've been working with him on some things, I don't think they want to, show their hand. I think they're just going to taunt us as fans. So, yeah, and that's fine. I think that's all right. Don't be surprised if you see Jabril Peppers return another 40, 50-yard punt or kickoff. He's been pretty good. I think there was only one play that I scoffed at. I think that was when he tried to return it out of the end zone and got to like the 12 or something. And that was last week. But besides that, he's been pretty solid back there. I think he's made a lot of good choices. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say? I really think Michigan's going to dominate in every facet of the game. Wormley, expect him to get another sack or two. Expect Morgan to look good, Bolden to look good. It's too bad Lewis is hurt now. He had the concussion last week. But yeah, I mean, I really don't think UNLV is going to put up much of a fight. So if I have to predict the score, if you're forcing me to do it, I'll say I'll give him like a fumble or something, or some kind of a mistake. I'll say I'm on the fence between 6 or 9 or 10. Maybe they'll get a touchdown and then a field goal. Let's go with 10 for UNLV. See, but even then. No. Let's go 3 for UNLV. And see that again. I'm so wish-washy on this because it's hard for me to say because we've looked great the last 3 quarters of defense. Part of me is saying we can't keep that up. The other part of me is saying this team's awful. Screw it. Let's just do it. All right, we're saying 10 for UNLV. And we will say 38 for Michigan. So 10 for UNLV, 38 for Michigan. Let me know what your predictions are below. If you think I'm wrong about any of this, let me know. If you have a different prediction, if you think there might be a different outcome. Again, all that, feel free to let me know. And I will hopefully do more of these in the future. So hopefully you like them. Talk to you guys later. Bye. And go blue.